Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of 74 Minutes, the Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne edition, a Stubbs with Jason podcast. If you don't know the rules, we take an artist and try to build the ultimate playlist. The catch is, it can't be any longer than 74 minutes, which was the length of a blank CD back in the day. This week we're tearing into Freddie's burn list. No skips, no mercy, pure Davis. Be sure to check out our playlist on Spotify and YouTube, and let us know what you think in the comments. All right, it's go time.
Awesome.
Freddie, it is up for you. We are ready for your list, buddy.
All right, well, number one on my list is Crazy Train.
Yep.
But I do have the live version. I don't have the
tribute version?
I don't have the tribute version because as I got older and I learned, like we were talking about earlier, Ozzy
was basically a recorded album.
A recorded.
Yeah.
Well, the tracks are live, I believe.
Right.
The playing is live, but Ozzy went back and re-recorded
did the
his
vocals.
voice.
Yeah.
Had to double track those vocals, of course.
Yes, right.
But I didn't know that till years later.
Of course, yeah,
so
I didn't either.
It definitely was the first song that if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have played guitar.
What version are you talking about?
Well, just a couple years ago on the 40th anniversary of Blizzard, they have
I don't
live.
know if I've ever heard that.
Well, actually, I've told you about this,
Okay.
but your memory's
It's
bad.
terrible, I will admit.
And this seems very live when you listen to this.
Okay.
I don't think they
I'll have to
went
check
through
that out.
and changed. I mean, they might have a little bit, but yeah, check it out because it is a little different. The sound's different.
It sounds like an expanded version of
Yeah, it's on the 40th
Blizzard?
anniversary.
Okay.
edition.
It's also, there's an Essentials collection that's like a double disc of Ozzy's
Yeah.
solo
Yeah,
stuff. It's on there
pretty
too.
much the
Yeah.
tribute album, but I think it actually could have been from that. A lot of people said there was that King Biscuit Flower Hour.
yeah.
I don't know for sure.
Right. Boy, that's something that got lost to time.
Yeah,
You'd
and
be
that
able
might
to
be
turn
what
on the
this
radio
is.
on a Saturday night
And catch that.
and hear a whole
Yeah.
band's live act. Wow.
Yeah.
So I didn't put all the time on, who recorded this and that. I just went with how my
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
man.
it's
Talk
your
about
list, yeah.
talk about.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's my list was. I didn't even kind of catch the. I will admit I'm not the best at reading things all the way through.
Me,
I didn't know.
read.
I didn't. Even
But
know
me like Crazy Train.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know I was married.
Oh, come on now.
What? No. I just picked my songs that meant a lot to me.
Sure.
Yeah.
But without that first, like I was saying earlier, 87, I think it was when we went to Myrtle Beach and listened to Crazy Train. It was on MTV all day.
big.
Yeah.
And that made me want to play guitar. And
Yeah.
And that made me fall in love with Randy Rhoads. I wanted to be him. I was obsessed. I wanted to, that was what I wanted to do.
That's
So
one of my. I'm sorry to interrupt you. That was one of my earliest guitar memories. Do you remember being in your garage with that crate G10 amp
oh, sure.
and playing Crazy
Yeah.
Train? We
Or
were just
trying
sitting there
to.
going bum
Dun,
bum
dun.
bam bum bam bum bam. That was one of my
Well-
earliest. That and when I got my first guitar, and the power cord wouldn't stay in, so I had to stick silly putty on it and stick the power cord through the
Oh,
silly putty
nice.
just to keep it
To keep
in,
it ground
so it wouldn't
connected.
pop out. Yeah,
Yeah. So you have
Those
contact.
are two of my earliest
Yeah.
Silly putty.
playing guitar memories.
So to me, this is what the song we're gonna go ahead and hammer this. Like, this is like one of the top 3 guitar riffs of all time. I was surprised that this was not on your list. Like, and I'm gonna say I associate it more to you've just heard it 10 billion times.
Yeah, overexposure.
Because if you were to go back to 1986 or whatever, you probably
Sure.
would have said, I'm going to fill a vinyl, and it's just this song over and over again.
Right.
It's
Well,
the
yeah.
only song
Well,
that's
we tell
going
you-
onto the island with
Right.
me, right? You know
That was,
what I
the,
mean?
that was the first
Yeah.
song
Yeah.
that we learned to play. And,
Oh,
and
sure.
it was,
Well, it's the one
it's-
you hear on the radio too. So
Yeah.
you're like,
Well,
oh,
sure.
that's the Ozzy song I know, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and you had to learn it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And that
It was a
As
gateway
long as-
to guitar playing in your era, for
Right.
sure. Yes.
As far as
yes.
guitar players, I played that so much over that same riff over and over and over. It's like snapping now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's there. I don't even have to think about it. I can
Sure.
just play it. And it also helps me tune my guitar because I'm so
Used to
hearing
that,
note.
F sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really, and if I play and I'm like, oh, that don't sound right. So, but yeah, without that song, definitely, it could have
All of our lives would be different if
Yeah,
that
For sure.
song.
For sure.
we could
Absolutely.
we could end up
Like-
sitting watching MTV and listening to Pet Shop Boys that year, but no,
Cyndi
we
Lauper.
didn't.
We could have really
Yeah.
went into the whole
Things could have went
techno scene.
Yeah.
back then.
The second song on my list is
New wave.
"Over the Mountain."
Oh, yeah.
You guys had
That's
both
the
of you
one we
guys had
shared,
that
yeah.
was one of the ones you shared. Yeah.
That song, I'll have to give Rob Neff the credit for this because
Who's
all
our,
I-
just for context, he's our old bandmate.
yes,
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was another Ozzy album. When I was in
That's
high
great.
school.
No, dude,
But
you
gotta
guys, you
understand,
didn't have the internet.
We didn't have the internet.
What,
My
what you
parents-
caught on MTV?
We
your
weren't
friends-
allowed to listen
Yeah,
to
yeah,
this
yeah.
stuff.
Your friends.
I had to sneak all this stuff
Yeah,
into the house.
to me,
and
I
listen
figured-
to it on tape and
Yeah.
had headphones on all the time because this wasn't something I could
Yeah.
just. Hey, Dad, come here and listen
Johnny
to
Ray,
the
what are
Prince
you
of-
listening to?
the
Bible
Prince of
scriptures.
Dark- This is the Prince of
On
Darkness,
record.
Dad. Sit down. So Rob was like, he was like, I'm playing Crazy Train, I think. And he's like, man, don't you know anything else? Like maybe Over the Mountain? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
What is
and then
this
he was
Over the
like,
Mountain?
you've not even heard of this other album? And I'm like, get out of here. There's another
Get
album.
out.
He had 2
Get
albums. So it was like,
Which is
I
the
can't
second one, in my opinion, is so much better.
Well, yeah, his
songs
playing
are
is
so much
the
darker
songs are
and
yeah,
just-
but it blew me away.
Yeah.
And because I didn't know it existed, and then when Rob pulled out the record and he's like, "Listen to this," and then he recorded it for me. It was
You put it on
phenomenal.
tape for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was
Those are the days.
just phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, again, you kind of talked about the over information that we have
Yeah.
access to, and it's like you just don't. It's a
It's
lot
a
harder.
whole
It's a
different
lot
world.
harder to have that kind of moment now because as soon as you find an artist, it's all right
You
there.
have everything.
There's
You have
no legwork
Yep.
required beyond that, right?
You had to have a dual deck cassette tape
Yep.
that
Yeah.
could record from,
Or call the
record.
radio station
Yeah,
and
right.
just
Have it
hopefully
right.
And
they
hope-
play your
don't
request.
talk
Yeah.
during the intro.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man, they spoke during the
Yeah.
lead-in.
Yeah, and when you
Ah.
talk to them, you got to say it. Oh, hey man, won't you play some,
Sure.
Bark at the Moon? I haven't heard that. That'd be awesome, or whatever. So yeah, you get the finger on record and pause and ready to go.
I love it.
As far as like most of the lyrics on Ozzy's songs, I know he didn't write a lot of lyrics.
Yeah.
He
I
did
don't
write
think he wrote
some.
any. He wrote.
There are some.
would
that
I'm
throw
sure
a
he
title
could.
out.
I was gonna say, I
ideas
bet
and
he-
If
stuff.
you do some reading,
Yeah. Oh,
Really?
yeah.
That
throw
bad,
a title
huh?
out,
Yeah.
and drunkenly stumble off, and
Yeah.
then Bob Daisley would write the lyrics.
Sure.
This went on all the way up through
For those first 2 albums.
all the way up through Ultimate Sin.
Okay.
I don't know what happened in the Zach era. I don't know. I
Right.
kind of dropped out at that point. But that's my big beef with Ozzy, is that he had the whole, Miles Davis outlook where, you get 50 guys in your band, you got Chick Corea and John McLaughlin and all these guys in your band, and then they just go off and have solo careers that last for 40, 50 years, and then you don't pay these guys anything or even credit them. Now, even Miles Davis credited these guys. He may not have given them a ton of money, but that's a huge beef. When
Yeah.
Jakey Lee got shafted in this band, he wrote Bark at the Moon, he wrote Ultimate Sin, basically was told to sign a contract signing away your publishing rights. Your publishing rights are what gives you money.
Your financial
after
stability. Yeah.
after you're out of the band,
Yeah.
and then Spotify plays your song, you get money from that. Well,
Yeah.
he doesn't get money from that because he was told to do it or he's fired.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem. At least in my eyes, that's just not a way to run a band. Dio had the same thing, and that's why Vivian Campbell left his band.
Well, it's funny you mentioned because just said you'd watch the Billy Joel thing.
Yeah.
Or you watched the Billy Joel thing, right?
It was the
and that he had the drum. He had the
the drummer fired. But
Yeah.
you
Liberty,
still don't
yeah.
know what happened. There, you know.
Well,
what I mean?
and they both have two different
They
stories.
have two different stories.
If you
That's
ask
what I'm saying.
Liberty, which is the drummer of the Billy Joel band in the classic period, all the way up through the Nylon Curtain, his drumming was just as fine. Honestly, I can't tell a difference. I didn't play with Liberty DeVito live. I don't know. But to me, he's a great drummer, and he sounded great all the way up through the end of his time with Billy Joel. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it was money. I don't know. And
based on what he says, yeah.
well, he was struggling with money at that time. I don't know.
Yeah.
You probably haven't seen the documentary, but basically, Billy Joel. I hate to derail this conversation, but his manager stole millions from him.
Yeah.
So he was looking to kind of reconfigure.
Yeah.
And maybe he was just trying to cut costs. I don't know, but that's a huge thing for me, and that's kind of a stain on Ozzy's legacy is. And then he'll throw it on Sharon, which it could have been. A lot of this could have been. You can't tell me he wasn't at least aware that this was happening.
Well, I do know. Tommy is friends.
Tommy is one of our former bandmates.
Yeah, he's friends with Sharon, and he is.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's talked about that just here recently
Right.
with the death stuff. So he has told me things that has given me a better outlook on stuff. I do know, bottom line, when it comes to managers and company, it's money.
Yeah.
It's
I get it. Yeah.
So, but I had always heard when she had someone come out to cut Bob Daisley out of the.
They went to re-record the tracks to cut them out.
She had them re-record it, and then when Ozzy found out, he said no.
I have read
now.
that.
Whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. Maybe
That's what I've read
right.
too.
Maybe it got out and Ozzy wanted to save face. I don't know.
Well, that's the ultimate dick move.
Yeah.
Let's
So-
re-record these tracks so we can screw the
Kiss has
original
done that.
composer.
Yeah.
Well, Kiss is a different story.
Right.
They have ghost writers and ghost players. You've got Anton Fig, who played in the David Letterman band. That was their drummer for the last classic era Kiss albums. A lot of people don't know that, but they wanted to keep that iconic four faces together as long as they could. But but the difference is that they paid these guys. They wrote these guys a check and said, this
is what your service is for. This is a little more backhanded, right?
So
Or
basically,
undercutting.
And this is well documented. Jakey Lee, who's basically couch surfing right now, he was just shot walking his dog in Las Vegas. Probably can't afford to pay his hospital bills. Wrote "Bark at the Moon" with Bob Daisley. Ozzy came in and said, "Bark at the Moon," basically, and that's what they worked on.
Yeah.
Right. He's locked out of any kind of future money.
Yeah.
Ultimate Sin, he laid an ultimatum down to Sharon saying that I'm not doing anything until I get a contract. She gave him some money, but not publishing, right?
Yeah.
So after that, she cut him loose.
Yeah.
He's too much trouble. I'm air quoting here for those who can't see me.
Yeah.
So, as you can tell, that's a huge beef with me. It's one of the things that kind of tarnished Ozzy's legacy in my eyes, but,
Yeah, I guess when I look at that stuff, it's
An unfortunate part of the business.
an unfortunate part of the business, and I'm also not in their shoes. So I don't know. I when I listen to all my music, honestly, I'm just there for the moment. I'm there for the song.
Yeah, but
I
here's the
understand
thing.
all that. I understand. Trust me, as a player
Well,
too, and I feel horrible for Jake.
Right.
I'm not saying that. I do, because he's one of
You
my
love
favorite
Jake, yeah.
players. I'm not, but it's also kind of like when I see if I a movie star or a football player that I enjoy.
We're totally different
No,
people, yeah.
But I don't care what they do in their
if I see
private
another
life.
Pedro Pascal movie, I'll
But I'm
kill
just saying,
myself.
I don't care what they're doing in there, unless they're raping people or hurting people. That's completely wrong. But I just entertain me. That's my thing. If I'm
Sure.
there, I just want to be entertained. I can guarantee you, most of the music I listen to, their political views aren't the same as mine.
Sure.
So but I don't care. I want to know their songs. Now, if I got the chance to meet them and
Right.
be friends with them and stuff, that's a different story. I've got friends that have completely different views than me, but
Sure.
that doesn't make them less my friend.
I still enjoy the music. Don't get me wrong.
But and I try not to let it frustrate me on that because I can't. It would.
I
it
do.
would.
It frustrates me.
Well, I know it does.
Only because, like, I'll go back to Dio. You've got a classic lineup. His first 3 albums are with the band that could have lasted 30 years. Vinny Appice, Vivian Campbell, I can't remember the bass players, Jimmy Bain. Those are the guys that were in his back shed sweating their balls off while they were playing Holy Diver for 8 hours a day while he had no money. But Dio made promises like, okay, after album 2, we're going to share everything, right? That never happened. He met Wendy Dio,
And she,
but here's where the problem lies: is we lost how many countless more albums, maybe, with that classic lineup because of money and because of the situation. So,
Yeah, but
did you know Randy Rhoads was looking to leave
Yeah.
Ozzy after that second album?
Yeah, I've heard
So
about this.
I mean, think about that.
Sure.
I mean,
And there's all kinds of conspiracies that I've read things
I
where
don't
people.
believe any of that. Yeah, I've heard
I
that
don't
too.
believe
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
but I'm just saying people look at things.
Ozzy's not bright enough
No,
to set
I'm
up.
not saying that. I'm just saying I have seen that though. I've read
Domino
where
stacking.
people were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So, but it's the greatest band in the world. It came down to money. It came down to pride. The Beatles. The bottom line. They all wanted their share. They all wanted more and more and more power, more control. It's there. It's an ugly truth of the matter because it's there.
I get hung up on what ifs. Yeah.
Well, I know, and I think you're talking about what ifs. Think of what more the Beatles could have done together.
Well, it's the same.
You
It's the
know.
same story with Van Halen. What if
Sure.
David Lee Roth wouldn't have,
Yep.
went off the deep end, and if he could
Well,
have just
there's-
held it together. I mean, it's,
And then you also hear it was the two brothers, not just David.
oh yeah,
So I mean,
and it
Well,
was cocaine too.
yeah.
well,
I
yeah,
mean,
Yeah.
cocaine.
I
hell of a
mean,
drug.
they called him Pigpen because when he hit his shirt, a big cloud of white dust would come out.
All right, I'll get back to my list.
Okay.
All right,
real quick.
Freddie. Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
The Wizard. Kind of like
Another
Ray Bryant's.
shared-
But when I think
Well,
of the
no.
Wizard,
You two share it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
you
it's
two
a
have
Wizard.
it. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was thinking of War
It's-
Pigs.
Yeah.
you were talking about the things you like about it, the hi-hat.
Yeah.
I like the harmonica. I really do.
I hate
There's
the
something about
harmonica. It's the worst
but
instrument ever
It is.
created. But it's
Mostly,
cool in that
but it's
song.
so cool.
Did you
in
ever
that
finish
song.
Bill Hader? It's Bill
Oh,
Hader.
I know.
I never finished the series.
I haven't either.
The last season
Yeah.
starts off. One of the episodes start off with the Wizard.
Really?
Yeah, it goes for a good minute or so, and I was like,
kind of makes me want
"This
to
is
watch
it."
it. Just to
I
see
was like,
that.
"All right, this is really great." Because
Nice.
that's just not
It was
one
a
you
good
hear.
series. It just kind of
Well, and I think of
Barry,
Yeah,
Barry is
Barry,
what
that
it's
was
called.
it.
Yeah,
Barry.
yeah,
When
yeah,
I-
yeah,
and
yeah.
when I
It
hear
took
the
too long
Wizard-
for that last one to come out.
It did.
But go, yeah.
When I hear the Wizard, I honestly just picture a guy walking around, and there's a YouTube video. I don't know, they didn't have videos back
Yeah.
then, but it's this animated dude. He's like, if I'm not mistaken, it's like this bearded guy, and just walk around doing this stuff. You
Yeah.
know, so that's what I think when I.
Yeah.
And it makes me think of my Uncle Don. I don't know why, but for some reason when I hear this song, I think it was. I don't know because I didn't really know my Uncle Don very well, but I do know that he listened to Sabbath.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I just have a feeling that he really dug this song. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just something that's in my head.
It's so funny the
Yeah.
memories we attach
Sure.
to these songs, and what memory gets attached to a song is just so crazy. Like that lyric I was talking about.
Yeah.
Why that lyric? You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
And it's a horrible lyric.
It's awful. It is. It's so goofy.
Honestly, it sounds more like a David Lee Roth line than it does an
It's kinda
Ozzy song.
cliched, but
Yeah,
man,
you know what I
it
mean?
just-
Yeah.
When
yeah.
I hear that, I'm like, oh, that's Ozzy. Yeah.
That's Ozzy. The next song I chose was SATO.
Sato printers. Yep.
Inside joke.
I love that the riff. It's just
classic.
oh gosh, when I hear it, there's some songs that I get goosebumps for, and this is one of them.
That's
and
same here, man.
That song to me, and it's
It's epic.
probably his best solo.
Yep.
It's definitely Randy's
with you.
best solo, in my opinion. It's doubled, and he nails it
Yep.
for even doubling because there's a lot going on there.
It sounds like a chorusing
Yeah.
effect. He
Yeah.
doubled it so well.
And,
that's one of his big
oh,
unsung traits
yes.
is doubling his
doubling
solos
solos.
impeccably.
And then
It's not an effect. It's
Kevin
it's him
Dubrow
doubling
would
it.
always say, well, sometimes he would even triple them. So,
Okay.
that is anyway.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine. But SATO, gosh,
Classic, man.
it's just awesome. I mean, it gets me going. And then the next song on my list would be Paranoid. I've heard it 1,000 times, but
Yep.
you know what? If I'm in a bad mood, it helps my anger. If I'm in a good mood, it helps me feel happy.
Yeah.
It's just one of
Still?
those songs.
That
yeah,
song? Really? Wow.
because even
It's
though
got
I've heard
great
it,
energy, man.
It's got
That-
energy.
I
the
love
energy on that
it
song is incredible.
and that's
Oh, yeah,
why
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I've just been stewing with that song for 40 years now, so it's just, you know,
I
what
know,
I mean?
but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't get old for me, and
Wow.
that's why I like it. It doesn't. A song that I can't change it fast enough is if I hear. Oh crap! Now I forgot the name of it.
Is it
Mama, I just killed a man.
Bohemian
Yeah.
Rhapsody.
Bohemian
Yeah.
Rhapsody.
Oh,
I
yeah.
cannot change the
They've- it's-
station fast enough.
Same here, man.
And
Yeah.
I used to love it.
I used to love it
I-
too.
Well,
can't-
when you hear it too, look, man.
But that's what I'm saying. I've heard
Oversaturation.
Paranoid
Yeah.
probably more.
It's
Never-
the,
not
I'm
ever-
well, but you know
never ever
what?
get
But I will
tired
say
of it.
this as well. Paranoid is a much easier listen than
quick.
true.
than,
Yeah, it's a
It's a
two
than
minute,
Bohemian
30
Rhapsody, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like that's a night and day, right?
And I
Short
just-
and
it
sweet,
just-
gets it, right?
So
It's
I
just-
don't mean to interject here, but that's another beef that that a lot of Ozzy non-fans have is that, and I think Ozzy's great. His one big skill that I love about him is he can create melodies
yeah,
off of these classic Iommi riffs. He's good at it,
yeah,
but he also does fall into this trope where he'll follow Iommi's guitar part. And Paranoid is the prime example.
where he's
of
just
that.
kind of going right along with what's the.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun,
You mean Iron
dun,
Man.
Well, that's Iron Man.
I know.
Just
but
an
I'm just saying,
example.
gotcha.
Yeah.
We're going off of that album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun. Yeah.
Yeah. That is one of the things that people point to. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think he's great at it. If you listen to some of his melodies that he made over like Black Sabbath, that tritone, boom,
Yes.
boom, boom. How do you come up with a melody?
And it's yeah.
That in itself is a feat. And to do it so drunk,
Darkness.
to do
Well,
it
do you think he was that drunk then?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm
Yeah, I think
assuming,
he was, man.
I think
Yeah.
it was from day one.
Probably.
Yeah.
But man, that to me is
That one is
it's
apparently
incredible.
one of the guys wrote it. Ozzy didn't write.
Well, he didn't write most of them.
Yeah,
he
so
would
he
doesn't
sing-
like the
because
lyrics.
one of the
Ozzy
because one of the
Ozzy
other
did
it was
sing the melody though. He did all
Right.
the
He
melody.
comes up with the
And he
melody.
would come up with and he
Geezer
would just
wrote
sing
the lyrics.
Yeah,
because
Geezer
Geezer
wrote-
legit, I guess, woke up
Yeah.
and saw
Yeah.
And
something at the
sometimes-
foot of his
Something at
bed.
the
or
end of me bed?
Yeah, right.
And sometimes Geezer would use some of the lyrics that Ozzy
Yeah.
would just sing
Yeah.
when they would come. He would just make up stuff.
Yep.
You know, whatever.
Yeah.
But then Geezer would say, "Well, that was good."
Yeah.
They would re-listen to it and say, "That was good. We're going to leave that in there," or whatever. That I've listened to them both talk about that.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw the defining reason why Ozzy ended up with Black Sabbath was because on his ad that he put out, he said, I have my own PA.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
And-
David
that's
Lee
true.
Roth.
Yeah, and it was
Same
like,
thing.
and that was why,
Yep.
that is why they're like, okay,
That's
this guy
why Van
gets the
Halen
shot,
hired
right?
him,
So,
yeah.
oh, that's wild.
Yep.
He had his
Yeah.
own
He had the
PA.
same thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, I did a song off of Never Say Die, which is, it's so funny because I remember hearing an interview with Ozzy, probably 84, 85, where he talks about he's never listened to that album. He never would.
Wow.
Yeah, but he was probably stoned or drunk when he
Okay.
was doing this interview, but he was like, I hate that album. Never going to listen to it.
Which album?
Never Say Die, their last album. Because he said
that's-
he was upset because they wanted a big production
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. But when I listened to that album, the song that, and I've played this for you before, is Over to You. I love
listened
that
to it,
song
yeah.
because it is not your typical Black Sabbath
Sure.
song.
Yeah.
It's got a harp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just, I loved it. I loved the guitar. That dan dan dan.
Well, this is the album.
Dan,
Doesn't this have the Junior's eyes on it? Is this?
Yeah, it's got Junior's eyes,
So
and
it's
it's
Bill
got
Ward
Johnny Blade.
Johnny Blade, yeah.
Well, he sings
Dun, 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 dun,
about my
dun,
friends
What
and
is that?
neighbors.
Dang it.
It's
I'm gonna get
all
caught.
right, but
I'm
it's
gonna get
all
copyright
right.
strikes. You guys can't do this.
Dude, our pitch isn't that perfect.
Yeah.
Trust me, you're fine.
So-
You'll be just fine.
Yeah, I just
Johnny
love
Blade.
that song. Over
It's a
to
good
you.
song.
It is, and
That album's underrated.
it is
For me, the
underrated.
worst one is the
the one
before
before
it.
Technical Ecstasy.
Technical Ecstasy.
Yeah, there's a couple songs on it, but not.
And the
yeah.
worst sounding one, in my opinion, the album that's produced the worst is, I think it's 4. Master of Reality. That's the one with. Which one has Snowblind on it?
That's 4.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
awful.
It almost
for
sounds
some
like a
reason.
live.
It
thing.
sounds
yeah, it's not
horrible.
one of their best. Then I had Hand of Doom.
Oh man, that's a classic.
I
Ugh.
mean,
yeah,
it's from
I had a lot of.
Paranoid.
I
mean,
You
it's
got to
just-
make tough choices.
I had some
This
choices
forces
to
you
make.
into making tough choices.
I mean, like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
Paranoid was my first Sabbath album. It could have just been Paranoid if it
Yeah.
would have reached 74 minutes because I grew up with that album.
Yeah.
It's so
yeah.
it's just in your soul after a while. I mean, for me, yeah, because it was
Well, it's and especially when you do hear a song from it on the radio. If you ever listen to the radio,
Yeah,
again,
and then
Oh, yeah.
you're like you're ready for the next song.
For the next
Yeah.
song,
Right.
Yeah.
exactly. Especially
Yeah.
on that album.
downer when it.
Yeah, you're like,
you're
oh,
like,
darn,
ah.
Freebird
it's
again.
about to be rat salad, but no.
So-
Yeah.
After Hand of Doom, I've got Miracle Man. I loved Miracle Man. When
At the time, I liked it too.
and I still love it. I like Zach Wild.
I
I'm a
like
huge
that
Zach
song.
Wild fan.
I went back and listened to that album because you had some on your list.
Right.
It still just doesn't resonate for me, but I do like Miracle
Oh.
Man.
Is this the song where he's got a bunch of pigs?
Yes.
In the music video?
Yes.
Well, and
And he
dressed
tosses
like,
one or something
and
like
he's
a-
dressed like Jimmy
I-
Swagger because that was a
dude.
big deal.
He looks so nuts.
He
looks
was the
crazy
big deal
in that video,
and
man.
that was
Yeah.
Swagger just got busted for the
Swagger
stuff-
was a televangelist.
and-
From
Yeah,
the
right,
1980s.
right.
He got
I
busted for
gotcha.
being a
Ozzy was
prostitute.
the-
for context for the
Yeah,
listeners.
yeah.
Ozzy was the complete opposite of Jimmy Swaggart, but who got in
Yeah.
trouble?
It was
Yeah.
the whole
Jimmy
hypocrisy.
Swaggart.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole hypocrisy of him saying, "Hey, look at me. You're doing the same stuff I'm doing,
Sure.
but I'm not out promoting that I'm someone that
Throwing
I'm not."
stones and yeah.
So
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's an awesome song.
It is a good song.
And Zach, here we had a guy that we had heard nothing but Malmsteen licks for years now.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's wailing on the pentatonics.
Did
And
you know
Yeah.
he invented the pinch harmonic
yeah, I think he
on
did
that album?
On that album. So
I have a song that showcases that actually. So
Well, that's
don't
Miracle
worry.
Man.
Well,
I love it.
Oh my
Zero
Lord.
Pinch Harmonics made appearances when I saw him play for Pantera, though. You should be happy to
Impossible.
know.
Yeah.
You'd be glad to know.
How?
Yeah. Huh?
Hey, I'm so
Even
pumped.
Dimebag did pinch harmonics.
I am so pumped to go see him with Zach Sabbath in the next
That'd
couple
be cool.
months. Are you gonna
Yeah.
go? Because
I might go with you. Yeah. We'll see.
I'm just it's.
Will you
That's
go
the
with us?
greatest-
School?
It's
I
the
don't know.
greatest.
Come on.
It is honest
I
to
don't even who's
goodness.
singing. I don't even
He
who's in
sings.
the band. Oh.
Zach Wild.
It's Zach Wild.
Should've said
It's
someone else.
It's called Zach Sabbath.
I don't
And
know.
he
Send me a clip.
sounds
Is there something
Yeah,
I can
there's- he's
listen
got
to?
two
You don't need a
albums.
clip. Let's just go.
He
I'm not that guy.
Live
he
your
is
life.
the
I'm not that
best-
guy, man.
Let's go.
Listen,
I don't
he
go
is
outside.
the best Sabbath tribute band there is because he's played.
Well,
with
yeah,
them,
he's
you know.
played him.
Yeah.
Who else
And
is
I'm
going to be?
telling
Brad
you-
Gillis?
Oh my gosh, it's awesome. So
Zach
I am-
Wild has a super love for Ozzy.
Oh, yeah.
like yeah,
Ozzy
yeah.
loved him.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And that's
yeah.
another discussion that we could have is something happened in that Zach
Era.
where Zach got writing credits.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, but Zach
Something
left
changed.
also.
He
for a
did
while.
leave.
So
Yeah.
and you
But
know,
he decided that he couldn't really do something about Zach, and maybe he's
They
a
were just-
prolific writer, and maybe they just worked really well together.
I think so. I do, and I think people expected Zach, and that was another thing. All right, let me get through my list.
Sure.
Snowblind was my next one, which we've
good
already
one.
kind of talked
Yeah.
about that. I was really surprised it was about drugs. I just
Yeah, it's a big shock.
yeah, that's a shocker. My next song on my list is "Diary of a Madman."
That's I
Once
almost
again,
put
when I
that
go
on my
back
list, yeah.
with Rob, when I go to that album, And I remember listening to that, going to church with Mom and Andy, having it on my headphones, and just listen to that.
Yeah. It's epic, man.
Punching the ceiling of the car.
Yeah, no, I just trying to. Honestly, I would just listen to that to see how many times I could get through the before
that
Andy,
ending is incredible.
Before Mom and Dad, or Mom and Andy at the time, because we would ride to church, Dad had been there already, would get out before, and we'd have to take off in the car. I was trying to just that.
Just time it.
Yeah,
Weird.
to keep
You're
hearing
a weird
it.
guy.
I'm a weird guy. But
Stop and rewind. Stop and rewind.
That's
how you did it
back then.
That's how you did it, buddy.
Has a gothic. It
does.
Huge,
it does, and the climax of that last song is just perfect. It's kind of like one I didn't find till years later, and it just probably within the past 20 years, when I listened to the Diary of a Madman, the whole album, I can't help to think of Alice Cooper's "Welcome to My Nightmare."
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, they're very similar. I mean, the songs aren't similar.
I never put that
the
together.
theatrics of it.
And the whole.
Yeah.
You know, to me, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think right now. That what they call Dark Side of the Moon and everything. It's a
concept album.
Concept
album.
I feel like Welcome to My Nightmare is
right.
Alice Cooper's concept album.
I can see that.
And I can kind of see that a little bit with Diary. It is a whole from the beginning to the end.
I guess I don't know the lyrics well enough to tie it all together.
So, it's just
that whole
song.
album can be on a list. I mean, Diary is incredible.
Yeah,
and honestly, the weakest song on that album is the most popular song on that album, which is "Flying High Again."
It's still a great song.
Oh, I love it. But to me, it's the weakest song on the album compared to all the other ones.
I could agree with. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
I love the solo. It's
Suicide Solution.
That's on the first album.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the Diary,
Man, I love
Flying High was probably. I mean, I love the song. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But and maybe that's one that's been a little too much overplayed for me.
Yeah, maybe.
But I still love it.
Yeah.
It just. It's the weakest song on that album.
That's a good claim right there. If you can say that song is the weakest song on your album, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
My next one is "Mama, I'm Coming Home." That song will always. I remember the first time I heard it. I was like, "Wow, Ozzy just nailed it."
It's a huge song.
It's a huge song, and
it just sounds huge.
It does, and it gives you everything you think about in your life. You're gonna come home, and I don't know.
I love the solo in that song.
It's a great solo.
So melodic, you can whistle it.
Yep,
it's one of those songs.
He doesn't overdo it.
Yeah, you know every note on that solo.
He doesn't just let me shred it right here in your face. It's something you can whistle and just enjoy. Good song. Good song. Next would be "Bark at the Moon."
Oh yeah, I had a tough time keeping that off my list.
I mean, how can you not go with "Bark at the Moon"?
It was on there, man. I removed it. Yeah.
It introduces you to Jake.
Yep.
It's the first song on the album, which I never really liked when they would do that. But
that's a kind of recurring theme, I think, too. With Sabbath as well.
It was just he didn't do that, in the other two with Diary and Blizzard.
Yeah.
So but when I think about
Paranoid,
it now,
Black Sabbath, both.
It goes right. He's going. Here's my new era. Here it is. Here's my new guitar player. This is the guy.
I'm not messing around.
Yeah. It's Jake. We're barking at the moon.
Yeah.
So
good solo on that song.
Well, the outro solo is the best part for me.
Yeah.
It's
incredible. Well, both solos are great.
So a lot of people know. Brian and I had sent cassette
I know.
Ozzy. When he was when Zach left the first time, and that was when he was. Then we got the letters saying that they found someone, and back then it was supposed to be Steve Vai, but there was some contract thing.
Did it end up being Joe Holmes?
Well, Joe Holmes did the live tour. Zach ended up doing the other album. So, but
you did note for note on this, right?
I have something to add at the end of this, by the way.
Well, no, Brian did a melody on that with us.
I
No,
Okay.
no, I'm saying when I did Bark
Miracle
at the
Man.
Moon, you did Miracle Man.
did
but
Miracle Man.
I did
the
Bark at the Moon, and when I did that end,
Yeah.
he had actually doubled it.
Yep.
And I went and did it. Then you were like, and you added a whole harmony to it.
Oh yeah,
So,
I forgot all about it. Yeah.
But which I mean, you couldn't tell that.
You couldn't tell,
We
yeah.
were both playing it the same. So it's just one of my all-time favorite songs, and it's all about a werewolf.
I just read an article about that process. Ozzy picked the first tape out of the bag, and it was Zach Mild or Wild. I swear, because of all this stuff that's been surfacing.
Oh, you
with
talking
Ozzy's
about when he
death,
replaced Jake?
He didn't want to go through the process of. Basically, from what I read, Sharon said, "There's a load of tapes on your thing, Ozzy.
Yeah.
You need to pick a guitarist."
I never heard that.
Yeah, and he
picked
didn't
the
want to go
first
through. He
one.
didn't want to go through the trouble of
Yep.
it again. I just
And it
saw
was
this
Zach
too.
Wild.
Yeah,
Well, see, I've heard that.
Not that we would have been picked.
fate.
Well, no,
but-
but dude, we did that after Zach.
I don't know. That's the story of
I'm just
how
saying
he
Zach
found
came out
Zach.
when we were in high school.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just saying
Yeah.
that process.
See,
That's how.
but
it
I've
happened.
heard that completely.
you could have been
different.
the
I've
luck
heard-
of the
well,
draw
that's
the
what I
second time, is
just-
what he's
well,
saying.
I
Maybe.
read that this week.
Yeah,
So-
I've always heard that that's one of the reasons why they got rid of Jake is they found Zach. So I don't know.
No, I don't think that's not the way Jake tells it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard that before, and I
Sharon
don't,
cut him loose, like I said, because of contractual
Yeah.
things.
Well, see, once again, I don't know. Hopefully, they'll listen to this. I think Tommy told me that.
Right.
So Tommy will know if he listens to this. Tommy, please answer that.
Or
question.
Sharon Osbourne, if
Oh,
you're
yeah,
If you're
Sharon.
listening, Sharon.
Feel free.
You
to
can
call
reach me
Or
at
Jake.
stubs@gmail, stubswithjason@gmail.com anytime.
The next one I have is one that when you first got this album, it didn't have a title. It was just called Untitled, and then later on they titled it was Hero. I don't know if you remember. So this
I don't
was
know what
on.
that is.
Well, it's on No Rest for the Wicked, and when you had it, like I said, it just was on the tape. It said Untitled Song, and it's
Wow.
the one that goes,
Okay.
"There goes my." Oh no, wait, I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I don't think that's that
sorry,
song,
sorry.
buddy.
That's Dad Rock.
I'm thinking.
Hey, I like that
I
Dad
don't
Rock.
wanna be your hero.
Yeah, I listened to it
don't-
again. I
So
didn't
that was-
recognize
but that
it.
was
Untitled
it was like a
song.
bonus
Interesting.
out song
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that album.
Okay.
But then they went on, and it's got the crybaby on that is so sweet. That
Right.
that was a cool sound
Hmm.
for me. And when I first heard that, I was like, "What's the name of this song?" You know,
Oh,
but
it's Untitled.
It's Untitled. And I mean, I kind of figured it was going to be Hero, but
Sure,
you know,
sure.
it was also a surprise because you didn't know,
Yeah.
everything else had a title, and but it's a great song. It makes me, when I hear it now, it just makes me think we were working at Victoria's Secret catalog when this album
Throwing
came
boxes.
out. And no, not when this album came out. It was the next one, but I always listened to this album while we were there. Yeah, throwing boxes and panties. It was awesome, hitting home run balls. And,
Those
We
were the
played-
days, my friend.
oh my gosh, that should be a podcast there.
No one will get it.
No one will get it. We would just laugh.
Yeah.
Then after that, I Waiting for Darkness.
Oh my
is-
gosh. I actually had that on mine too.
That
Man, we
riff,
picked-
that
we-
riff is so awesome
Oh, it
from
is,
Jake.
man.
And once Rob had just sent a thing in our group text, he was
Yeah.
like, "This song's awesome." I was like,
Oh, he
"I've been
did?
telling you this for years."
Right.
It's funny, but that riff.
It's very, if you listen to it, it's very John Sykes, Still of the
It
Night.
is. That's a very yes, very very
Yeah.
much.
It's
It's just a great, and I don't know. I mean, Jake was
It's a great
definitely very underrated.
Oh yeah.
He had big shoes to fill too, though. If you think
Oh, yeah.
about
Yeah.
it, I mean,
Yeah.
trying to replace Rhodes.
And he was
But-
really coming into dealing with probably like one of the worst Ozzy eras
Yes.
to deal
Sure.
with as far as
Temperamentally, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
And
His
drug
ego
use
was
off
up,
the
drug was
charts.
up.
Yeah,
he just
yeah,
lost
yeah.
one of his best friends.
Yep.
and
right.
now-
Yeah.
But I also think Jake, with Badlands, gosh, those are great
Those
albums.
are two great albums, yeah.
But then it's so crazy when you think of, he went from the Madman with Ozzy
Yeah.
to a what would you call? What can I think of this? Ray Gillian. This guy had AIDS.
Ray Gillen, yeah.
Was just passing along, didn't care.
Yeah.
He was a drug addict.
Ray Gillen also sang on
for
a
the
Sabbath album.
Yeah.
The
So-
Iomi album.
But it's just, man, you go from one to another. So yeah, I have a lot of
Had some
respect
bad luck
for,
with singing.
Yeah, he did. But that song is just
It's a killer song.
It's a killer song. And then I had to think about what I wanted for my last song. This came out on, he had a compilation album, and we were living in, is when
South side of town.
when this album came
South
out.
Hamilton, yeah.
South Hamilton, yeah.
And this was I don't know if this song was supposed to have been on another album. It
Okay.
just never got put on. But then it got put on this compilation album.
Okay.
And I don't know. I just, Back on Earth had a.
What's the song?
Back on Earth.
What era? Like what guitarist?
It's Zach.
Oh, it's Zach.
Yeah,
okay.
it's Zach. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it was supposed to be.
When it was recorded or written, because
Right.
you're just it's included in that compilation, but that
Right.
doesn't mean it was written
Yeah.
at that time, right?
Right.
It
It could have been for
Yeah, I don't know that
their
one.
second album, though, with Mama, I'm Coming Home.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name. No More Tears.
No More Tears. Yeah.
So it could have been written for that. I'm not sure, but it's
Okay.
just and when he died, that was one of the first songs that popped on my head. I don't know why. Ozzy definitely influenced me musically to, hear different things, try different music and stuff, and I'm grateful for that.
When I think
Yeah.
of Ozzy, I think of you ultimately. It's funny. I mean,
Well,
you two are
that's
just
cool.
in my head so tied together.
Well, because
Correct.
I
mean,
forced
he's
it
the-
down
he's the
everybody's
fan, yeah.
throat.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Yeah.
We went and saw Ozzy together all the way. We
Yeah,
went
I
to
barely
Cleveland,
remember that, yeah.
And we had a great time.
We did.
Yeah, we had a
Okay.
good time. Well, as good as a Brian Gilman time.
No, I'm
can
just
be.
saying. I don't.
Must have
remember.
been indoors.
It was.
Oh well, there you go.
It was indoors.
A Brian Gilman good time. It doesn't last long.
No, it doesn't. In retrospect,
It's short-lived.
It's
yeah,
short-lived.
when I go back and think about it, it probably wasn't actually a good time because I always ruin it in my head.
This song, "Back on Earth,"
Yeah,
it's "Stairway to Heaven," man.
you think?
I don't even
Yeah,
remember.
It's got some really odd-
Well, if you get to not so much. It's not like it's beat for beat, but like when you get to the end jam.
Oh,
The end jam
sure,
is
yeah, you
very
got a big-
similar.
Yeah, I can get you on
give me strong. But but it was great. I loved it. You know what I mean? It was
Zach's
good
using
song.
some different effects
Yeah.
on it. When you listen to it again, it's a good song. It's
I listened
it's
to
well
it for
written.
this. I just it's not popping in my head right now. But I'd never heard it before. Definitely.
Well, I know I played it for you when it came.
Oh, okay.
When it came out. But like I said, I'm proud of all my Ozzy love.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
been,
sure.
No,
you
I
know,
mean, dude,
I
absolutely.
wish I could say that his later stuff moved me.
Yeah.
But it just moved me to not to listen to it.
Well, that's
And I
another
hate to kinda say
discussion.
it. Yeah,
He's been
it's
living off of the first two. You could argue
first four
or
out
five
solo
albums.
Yeah.
He's been living
So-
off.
I
that
mean,
for
but
the
that's
last
2
40
decades
years.
of music, man.
But
It
there's
is.
people
Like
that
2 decades of music is
Oh,
impressive,
sure.
right?
I agree. Well, and then all this
Yeah.
stuff from Sabbath.
Well, I was
And people
including one of those decades as the Sabbath decades,
Well,
but okay.
yeah.
I don't know. I would think of the 80s and the 90s as the decade because you got to understand Tinker Train or No More Tears came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
So his
How
first
many of
album
those songs though was he?
you got No More Tears. People love that song. That's one of
I
people's-
like that song.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
Is it a song that I associate with classic Ozzy?
I think so now.
Oh man,
No,
I think it's a
agree.
staple of Oz.
I'm
I think
sure
that
there
is one
are
of
some
that
yeah, sure.
Ozzy's staple songs.
For me,
yeah.
no.
And Mama, I'm Coming Home.
Yeah.
That's on that
That's
album.
a big song. I will give you that.
And there's a.
But you're still talking
Time
about
After
early.
Time. That's on that
What the
album.
heck is that?
That's another big Ozzy song. Time After Time.
I don't know that.
Him
one.
and Cyndi Lauper. No, I'm joking. It's not.
Stubs.
All done.